And it says we are live. I'm here. You're beautiful. It's Thursday night. That means it's time for GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. I'm just adjusting a couple of things here now, so bear with me a little bit here with the mic and the camera and the lights and that junk. Hope you guys have been having an okay week. Of course, we will do a bit of the unboxing tonight. It's weird. I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to have to go a couple of weeks without the unboxing to kind of get back on track. I usually like to keep the unboxings fairly close to like what I'm going to be reviewing. And we have an upgrade kit tomorrow. Then we have, Bone Shaker and Twin Mill. I mentioned last week when I got Twin Mill that we're going to look at both of those guys next week. There's a couple of more things kind of in the offing that have already been filmed. So we do have, like the, for example, we have the blockies that we're going to take a look at, the turn, the wheel jack, and the Unicron head. We have like the little, I don't know what to call it. It's a little bus bot that I got in the holiday unboxing. We're going to take a look at that. It's not getting its own review. It's going to be bundled with another bot that I got that I don't know if it's a KO or if it's from Korea or somewhere else. It's a language I can't speak, but it's a bottle that turns into a bot. So like they'll get a review, right? Like they'll get their kind of covered in one review. So a couple of quirky things like that. Once we're sort of past that, we'll be kind of back to normal. So if the unboxings seem a little drib and drab, that's why. For example, a few weeks ago, I did the original Cybertron Sideways and said I can't wait to compare him to the updated Age of the Primes version. But I haven't got that filmed yet, so like bear with me a little bit, right? Okay, let's kind of very briefly run down what we're going to cover. We have new images and stuff for a lot of Takara releases that we'll talk a bit about. New pictures for the Retro Wheelie and Outback, and something that concerns me personally. Super 7 got some stuff. We'll talk a little bit more about Scourge, a cool set from DNA Design. Kind of releases that have come out this week in Canada, though I haven't seen it. And a little bit from Newage. Not a ton of news. It should be a pretty easy, chill show for the most part. Let's check in with you guys and see who's here and who's saying what so far. Got 86 Thundercracker and Nose Cone. What? His Nose Cone chest is a bit fiddly to connect in both modes, but once you get used to it, he's quite good. I can't say I don't have it. Is it Munnin? I'm going to say Munnin. If I'm saying it wrong, correct me. And good evening to you as well. Hey, Matthew. Just got noticed that my Thundercracker is ready to ship. I've had Wind Charger for about a week and a half now. Hey, Daryl. Happy to see you. Hoping to get Soundwave tomorrow. Wow. You're beating them out, man. You're beating them out fast and furious. Too many toys isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's fair. Hey, Big M. Hey, Quentin. Well, I mean, I'm alive, Quentin. I'm alive, buddy. Hey, Albert. Maximal 10. Yes, Maximal 10. The pep. It's not really Pepsi bot because it says like cold bot, like cold bot, and then on the other side it says like cold. It's weird. You'll see. Hey, Ash. Master Fur. Got YOLO Park RC. Hope you like her. I always hear good things about YOLO Park. Yeah, that was right. Munnin. I was watching some Big Bang Theory in Spanish. Interesting. I think it's the Spain version. I'll have to check it out. Interesting. Legally distinct Pepsi bot. Yes, legally distinct Pepsi bot. Absolutely. All right. How about we jump into the news? I know your time is important. I don't want to keep you guys here all night. And we're going to start right here. This is what I talked about. It is new images of the wheelie and the Outback. They're in hand images. And it was weird. People saw these, and I saw in various comment sections of various places across social media, they look excellent. No, they don't. That's not true at all. Let's start here with Outback. Is it just me, or is his thighs, his ankles, his elbows, and his tummy a completely different color than the rest of the beige? I don't know if this is yellowing, but that looks like the pukey yellowing that started to happen to the G2 Sandstorm, the Seeker mold on his forearms. I really hope that's not going to be a problem with this guy, because I think that this and this, like this color mismatch of thigh and lower leg, say, I think it looks absolutely dreadful. I think it looks absolutely awful. It better not look like that in hand, because that's terrible. Look at it. It's almost green. I think that's awful. Look at the sides. Look at the top. Like, it's so discolored already. I really hope that's not a thing. Look at the bottom of his feet. Yeah, I'm not happy with this, I got to say. I don't know why people say, this looks great. No, it doesn't. That looks terrible. Wheelie looks fine if you are into the toy accuracy. Like, Wheelie looks, dandy. As dandy as Wheelie's going to look. And we talked a lot about Wheelie last week, so I don't really feel like we need to belabor Wheelie here, to be honest with you. I still think that his car mode is real nice. I just think he's way too big. I think Deluxe is way too big for this guy. Also, look at where this stores. That's ridiculous. That looks ridiculous. So, I don't know. I'm all of a sudden super nervous about Outback. I really, really hope that that's just that dude's copy or the lighting or something. Because as it is, that looks real bad, man. Real bad. And that's a great mold for him, by the way. It's not the mold. It's not the quality of that. It's that color. So another collab. This is Kick. It was one of those collaboratives that had the like code name. This time it's an Optimus Prime that turns into a soccer ball, if that's your thing. We know about like the football helmets and stuff. So I don't know. This one comes with a soccer ball. It's obviously Optimus. A lot of junk hanging off him. I saw this and I saw the way the junk is hanging off of him, and I was thinking a lot like Cybertron, a lot like Primus, right? I think that was a lost opportunity. I think this bot could have been Primus, but again, everyone knows Optimus Prime, so that's why we're going to do him now as a soccer ball. I don't know if we've ever done I'm going to see this. Have we done top 10 alt modes of Optimus Prime? Because if not, we should really do top 10 alt modes of Optimus Prime. I'm going to see right now if we've done that. I think we did it for Megatron, but I'm going to see right now if we have done that for Optimus Prime. Let's see. We're going to go here. Top 10 alt modes of Optimus Prime. Doesn't look like we have. So I'm going to, right here live with you guys, make a note. OP. Man. Alt modes. There we go. By the way, this week's countdown is already up. It is one that Blue Raccoon has been driving me nuts about for quite a while. So, Blue, you better be real happy that this week is your favorite piece of physical media. And I asked to be very specific. And people have. Luckily, from what I'm seeing, people are quite specific in it. And it's really interesting because we've had everything from video games to box sets to comics to posters that came with things and whatnot. I think it's actually going to turn out to be an interesting one. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I think it might be interesting. I don't know. Are you into a soccer ball Optimus Prime? If you are, I mean, cool. This is what it looks like as a soccer ball, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. And that face, I don't know. It's more like soccer ball Orion Pax, and I don't know if it works. If it works for you, cool. Um, One of rubber. So I don't know this like brand or whatever, but if you like little rubber duckies, you can now get one that's a Bumblebee and one that's an Optimus Prime. Cute, I guess. I feel like we had a Megatron like this before at some point. But anyway, out at US retail if you're so inclined. Speaking of out at US retail, and I think that this was see if I can see it. Yeah, this is the Super 7 blind bag. They're $14.99 each for Super 7. You got to be out of your mind. They've been cited at a Target. They are not the same as the 40th anniversary bots that came out in 2024. This batch, wave, line, whatever, consists of Optimus Prime, Megatron, Soundwave, Grimlock, and the mysterious Chase Optimus Prime, which does pair pretty nicely with the 2024 Chase Megatron. So this is the display if you're interested in it. Next to these things. I've seen these things. I haven't bought any, but I've seen them. Oh, man. So right here you can see like nicely painted. Like that's silver on Megatron. I do like the Soundwave and I do like the Optimus. The Grim's okay. I feel like he should be a little bit wider. I mean, not much more to see here. This is the Chase Optimus. He's all red. I think the Megatron is blue. So again, they would pair well together. Not much in the way of articulation. So, there you go. The Megatron was pink. I'm sorry. He was pink. They pair all right together. I think they look okay together if that's what you're into. On display is powered up legendary green Lio convoy. Dude glows in the dark. This was on display. It is the Takara version of the Legacy Lio convoy, done in glow in the dark plastics, basically, and a lot of green. Looks great. I said it last week. It looks great. I think seeing it in hand and lit up, I still think it looks great. I think it's so cool that this glows in the dark. I just think that's bloody neat. I gotta say. Also on display at the same show, I think it was in Japan. No, it's not the same show. I take that back. In Japan, on display was the Missing Link Grimlock. You could see him here. I mean, he looks fairly bulky. I like the big, bulky feet on the guy. I do like the stance he's able to get. I think that's probably easy for him to accomplish in terms of doing the splits because the original could do them, of course, no problem. To put the hips out. I like the thigh construction. I think that's really, really creative. Of course, we have the knee. I love the way that they handle the arms and shoulders. Looks real good, I got to say. Very, very impressive look for him. So, I mean, again, not a lot on display, but a little bit. We go up. And then we get to this. And Daryl pointed this out to me. And at first, I wasn't that impressed until I looked closer. This is the DNA Design upgrade kit for Age of the Prime's Alpha Trion. And it does give him that, I'm going to call it staff, spear, that I do think is nice for him to have. He does, old man Alpha Trion does use that quite a bit. The extra wing pieces I don't really like, but I will admit that they are functional and effective in helping it look like he's got a cape on. He does have some fillers, and I do like the quill being colored with an angled 5mm peg, so he can hold it as if it looks like he's writing with it. I do like that. I think the 3 star pieces of this set is the staff, the quill, and as I said when the guy released, surely at some point someone is going to do an alternate head with a long beard for Old Man Tryon. Well, how about we don't do the whole new head, but let's give an add-on part for the beard to turn the beard into Old Man Alpha Tryon. And of course, this is the original. This is the upgrade. You can see the little beard here. You can see the tails of his cape, I guess. The spear is on his back. The quill just looks more natural than this looks. So it is a worthwhile set, no doubt about it. Everything looks pretty clean on the back. This is why I said I'm not in for the wings. I don't need more wings sticking off of him, making this weird Cybertronian ship mode look a little more, I don't want to say gaudy because that's not it, but a little more busy. That's the word I'm looking for. It just looks more busy. Love the longer chin whisker, the longer beard. I don't really need it because I do have the Hero is Born Alpha Trion, so I already have Old Man Alpha Trion. But if I didn't, I would 150% want that beard and this quill. I don't know how much this is going to be, but I do think it's a pretty dandy set. Going back here, look at the beard. It's really effective. It's a piece that goes on, but I think it's super effective. I really like this. I think it's a dandy add-on for him, and it really does give you a pretty darn quintessential Alpha Trion, and that Alpha Trion's quite excellent. Great set. Honestly, great set from DNA Design. I don't know what the going price will be, but a wonderful, wonderful set. I don't know if it says here. No, I don't see it there. I've heard 40 US, but I can't confirm that. We go down here. Also on display, a number of items, including the latest from the Dramatic Capture series. This seems super redundant at this point. Like, I don't even know what this is off of. Strange. I'll show that to you because I don't know what that's off of, guys. Interesting. Maybe somebody else will know. This feels redundant to me. Like, why are you getting this Earthrise Skywarp when we know a superior mold is coming? It makes no sense to me. Maybe it does to you, but I don't get it. The purple on this, by the way, is much lighter than it is on the 2-pack. And, of course, the pauldrons and the chest and stuff, that's gray instead of silver. I do like the Energon Cubes. I do like the add-ons here. We'll see them in a bit. The Insecticons, they all look pretty good, to be honest with you. All three of them look pretty good. I do like the way that the silver pieces were handled here quite nicely. Again, the purple on these guys is a brighter purple than we got in Legacy. And, of course, Bombshell here has gray, which is nice. It is a good set. I'm just not in for the Skywarp. Then we have these. So we have the Megatron there, who is colored. Again, if you have the 86 Megatron, I don't know if you need this, but I will say this. I think this looks better than the 86 Megatron. I don't think it looks as good as the Dr. Wu, but I think it's pretty good. The Soundwave, colored, painted, excellent. I have a resin cast courtesy of Dragonfly that I painted like this, pretty much like this. They kind of did exactly what I did. Same with Shockwave. I have a resin cast from that Centurion pack with the Shockwave, painted it purple, made the front silver just like this, and with Reflector or Refractor, if you will. Same thing. I painted in the camera because these are great in-scale accessories. You can have your Reflector and then the 3 bigger bots, and when they and do that whole thing, and they become the camera, you can actually use the 5mm peg and somebody can hold the camera. Same with Shockwave. You want Shockwave to be small and handleable and holdable, or Megatron with other bots? These work. Soundwave. Soundwave transforms into his set. He's obviously much smaller. This is an in-scale version. I think it's great. I think these accessories are the star of the set. Lio Convoy again. This is the MPG Optimus, which is fine. He's fine. He's fine. The Sideways, looking forward to this guy a lot. And they're just on display. The Scourge, not much to say. It's up for pre-order and stuff now. If you don't have it, I mean, get it. It's a great Scourge. If you already have it, I don't see why you would need this again, right? I really don't. I'm just curious. Give me a second here. I'm going to see something now because I am curious about something. So I have the 86 Scourge, and when I look at it compared to this in pictures, like I'm not seeing any differences. It's not like it was with the Hot Rod where I felt like, well, where we all know there's lots of differences. I think this is pretty much a straight up, maybe slightly tweaked, but very minor. I love this mold. I think Scourge, the sweeps turned out tremendously, tremendously well for mainline. For mainline. Let's be clear about that. I again, I don't understand why this is $10 more than it was before. Why wouldn't you just release it for the price that it was? Because you did nothing new. I don't know why this Scourge is at the end here, but I'm not angry about it because this is also a tremendous Scourge. Really, really good Scourge. I don't know if he's getting a redo, and this is a nod to that. New to the board of directors for Hasbro, we have a couple of noteworthy people, notably Carla Vernon, but she doesn't really mean much to me. Maybe she does to you. However, Doug Bowser. Yes, Doug Bowser from Nintendo fame, right? Like Bowser. That's where it comes from, is Doug, right? So both of them now on the board of directors for Hasbro. Kind of a good get. We'll see what sort of effect it has. In Canada this week, the Thundercracker has come out at Walmart, also out at EB Games, as is the Wind Charger, though it's not listed here. Yes, it is. The Wind Charger, the Arachnid, and the Barricade all out as well. As is, of course, Bone Shaker and Twin Mill. Bone Shaker, Twin Mill I have. I haven't seen any of the others, though Daryl has the Thundercracker, so they're making their way out. Newage. Newage dipped into the Toxitron subline that we had last year and looked at that G2 Sideswipe, who they call, what is it they call him? Dick Sunset. I guess because he's a private eye at Sunset is my guess. Oh. However, I will say this. I do think that this looks pretty great. I really do. I like it. I think it's a great job, a great use of this mold. We all know what this coloration looks like now. Spoiler here, of course. You know, I don't like the all blue head. But I mean, if you're into the funky G2, early 90s colors, man, this guy has it all to pieces for you. He really does. I'm more traditionalist, but that's just me. Cyberworld episode 20, that's up. This is interesting. It's a video, and it really talks about how Age of the Primes came together, and they were told basically to sort of go crazy. They haven't really fleshed out a lot of the primes and stuff over the years, a bit here, a bit there. So kind of flesh it all out for Age of the Primes finally. I would say a lot of it was already fleshed out in the Covenant of Primus, to be honest with you. But I get what they're saying. I have been very smitten with the way that they've been doing the 13. There's only a few left. I don't have Amalgamus yet, though a lot of people do. After Amalgamus, all that leaves is Nexus, who I'm not particularly sold on just yet. I have a custom Nexus from a Combiner Wars KO set of Defensor. And it has the Nexus head and stuff. And that's going to be hard to beat because he's the prime of Combiners. I don't know how they're going to do him just as a Voyager. We'll have to see. But I'm definitely in for a proper Liege Maximo. I have previously used a Bumblebee movie Thrust as my stand-in for the Liege Maximo, but a proper Liege Maximo, yeah, that'll be cool. I wish that it was going to be more based on the Covenant of Primus, but I've heard that the Liege Maximo will very much be based more on his G2, which is a hulking, lumbering, terrifying individual. I just always pictured the Liege as a little more suave. He's the lineage of the Seekers and Starscream. I just pictured him a little more suave than hulking. We'll see how it turns out, though. And this from YOLO Park, AMK series, where's Dinobot? Or at least some test shot images, samples for it. I mean, it's YOLO Park. It's going to be impressive. Again, it's not going to transform, but I think we all know how the range of motion will be, the build quality, the molded in detail. The laser eyes will be there, you know. The dino head there. It's a good size. Good size for him. Looks chunky. Looks hefty. Looks like an ab. If we look here, looks like a bit of an ab crunch. How can you not like this? You know? Even if you are somebody who's like, Transformers have to transform. This is impressive. Come on. You know it looks great. Yeah, really impressive. And and that's it for the news. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to check in with you guys. But before I check in with you guys, anybody know I just found this on the floor? I have no idea what it is or what it's from. Anybody have any idea what this is? I have no idea what this is from. It looks like some of the prongs on it might be broken, but I don't know what it's from anyway. So it's probably not a big deal. But if anybody knows, hey, say so. Let's see what you guys are saying. Where it was I left off. Let's see. Think about here. Is that Wheelie with comic colored version? No, I think it's just toy accurate version. I don't think it's the comic color version. But I honestly I don't know what Wheelie looked like in the comics. So maybe it is comic colored version. I took it as toy accurate version. I have a hope it's just the lighting. I can't imagine they'd be using yellowed figures for their images. I don't think that it's coming from Hasbro, though. I think it's coming from somebody who got it in hand, probably in Singapore or Asia or something like that. Singapore or Asia. Listen to me. See, it's been a long day. Crikey, mate. That Outback is a throwback. I'm sorry, it sounds like a stereotype. Looks like they tried to make it sand colored on that Outback. I'm skipping Wheelie as usual in Outback. I'm okay with the Power of the Primes version, and that's fair. The Power of the Primes version is great. On this Outback, they really should have made the shoulders silver because his whole arm should be silver. As we go down here, should have made it an EU soccer ball. They would have sold a lot more. I agree with you, honestly. I think you're right. I kind of want to see that Soccer Optimus customized into a Pokeball. I mean, I'm sure somebody probably will. That Ball Prime reminds me a lot of the Primus KO I have. Yes, I thought the same thing. And he, of course, he's talking about the one that's like Legend Scale. I can't remember the name of the company. I reviewed it. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's the one that looks like a globe when you transform it. Hey, D-Dog. Believe we've done top 10 Optimus modes that aren't trucks with trailers. Maybe we did. I'd have to go back and check for sure. I'll make a note of it. I'll research it a little bit more. I thought we did modes for Megatron, but I didn't think we'd done modes for Optimus. Maybe we did. This deluxe has been less egregious kibble than Hasbro HasLab Unicron. Yes, you're actually right. Hey, Mike. Need a purple rubber duck with the what? Predacon symbol on it. Maybe, but I get what you're doing. Maybe. I'm not a big rubber duck guy, but maybe. Why didn't they make the second best Predacon Lucky Ducky? I saw the Super 7 reactions about 2 weeks ago in Target, but I'll stick with blockies. I mean, yeah, why would you go with the Super 7 when blockies exist? Good point. Good point. And these aren't even really the reaction. Well, they are the reaction, but like again, $14.99. That's insane. You gotta be out of your mind. $14.99 US for Super 7. Makes tiny turbos look like a good bargain. Yeah, you're not wrong. Baja Blast Lyle Convoy. Ah, that's fantastic. Yes. That's funny. My target had Alpha Trion, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you, my Walmart had potential. Now they can't get cash from me. Well, it is what it is. I'm working on unboxing the case of Blockies Defenders using a heat gun instead of tearing the boxes open. Interesting. Grimlock looks good. Might be tempted to go for him, but I'm trying to limit how many missing link I get. I'm limiting how many I get too. I'm limiting it to 0. Not for me, but you know what? I get it. Pick and choose. Get the ones you love the most. Hey, Big Daddy. Ideally, upgrade kits would not. Ideally, upgrade kits would not be necessary. You're absolutely right, but they've really kind of become a thing. I don't know why we got to spend more money to get the thing we want when they should just make the thing we want. I'll stick with Earthrise. I won't break the bank to get new ones. SS would send my wallet to the morgue. I mean, depends on what you're talking about, I guess. I have the Centurion drone pack. Just need the paint and to paint the accessories. I did. I think it's worth it. I think it's well worth it to paint them. $42 for Scourge. I don't have him. I have the Titans Return one, but I'm also looking on eBay to see if I can find him or a sweep for cheaper. Good luck. You know, I think you'll have probably better luck finding a sweep, but time will tell. Hey, Grimlock on. Maximal 10 says, would love to see a reissue of the Centurion drone pack, or maybe some of the CityBot helpers like Slammer, Cog, etc. Well, the Centurion pack was I think like an exclusive to the US or something. That's why, like, we never even got it here. So yeah, I agree with you. It should be reissued. Let's see. Still the best RID Scourge? Yes, you're right. 40 years of experience has told me not to trust Bowser. You're not wrong, Ash. You're not wrong. Doug Bowser was a terrible CEO for Nintendo. Wouldn't know. I'm not a Nintendo guy. I'm a PlayStation guy. I don't really care about Nintendo. But anyways, on the board for Hasbro. We'll see what happens. Does this mean Chris Cox is dethroned? Oh, I doubt it. They're on the board of directors. Didn't say he's the CEO of Hasbro. Saw Armada Galvatron at Ross, $15.99. I recently bought him for $30. Ew. Hey Matt, just finished building the Flame Toys G1 Megatron model kit. It's very nice. How's the tolerances on it? I'd be interested to know that because I know that they tend to get iffy tolerances sometimes. I'm curious if we are getting a new Vector Prime in the set. No. Why do people keep saying that? They've said, more than one designer has said, Vector Prime was like a preview to wet your whistle for Age of the Primes. It's the only one that's a mold reuse. All the others have brand new molds. Of course, being the G-Axis mold. No, they're not redoing Vector Prime. He's done. It took, 20 years for us to get a new version of him over the original? Not happening. It's not happening. They might repaint it, but they're not going to do a new mold for him. Not this soon. One day, yeah, maybe. But I don't see it happening this soon. Whether it should or shouldn't is a different story. But let's be realistic here. I found a Walmart listing for Transformer Generations DP2 placeholder named for $41. Any idea I use Transformers Charlie in search? No, not really. I mean, when you get the code stuff, it could be anything at this point. Gosh, that really jumped down on me. Let's see. I got the Hound on pre-order from Target yesterday. I'm still annoyed you can't pre-order the hot rod, and they raised them to $42. And I'm going to tell you that hot rod. So 42, I guess, must be the Voyager price in the US. That hot rod is not anywhere close, nowhere remotely close to even the ballpark of $42. I think your deluxes are like $27 or something like that. The hot rod's a $20 US toy. That's it. Maybe 22 at most. Any more than that, wildly overpaying. Here in Canada, that hot rod's going to be $50. No. When he originally came out, his mold mate, or his wave mate, I'm sorry, was Scourge. You put Scourge next to that, and it's infinitely better than the hot, infinitely better in every way, in mass, in paint, in transformation, in articulation, infinitely better. I stand by that. That's the hill I'll die on. I'll stand by it. I have a small bag of them to repair. Looks like an electronics part off a circuit board. That's what I was thinking too. But I don't know what on earth it would possibly be off of. And I don't know why it would be here on the floor. And I don't know why it would seem like it got parts bent up. I don't know what this could be off of at all. Just got in, getting close to leaving work. Drive safe, Ken. As we go down here a bit. Slammer's still quite easy to come by. I'm actually trying to get an extra. He makes a great tower for Metroplex too. You don't have to apologize. I'm late, was just to the doctor. Hope you're doing better. Let's see. Fans Toy. What? The Fans Toys model kit did require. Oh, Flame Toys. Sorry. Flame Toys model kit did require some light sanding on a few pegs. The arm plugs into. Did not need to glue anything. Well, that's good at least. 27 US, correct. Yikes. He's not even worth that. 22 US at most. At most. 25 Canadian at most for that hot rod. Anything more is a complete ripoff. Strain my shoulder. When strain. Shoulder strain's always bad. Okay, let's do trivia. Trivia tonight. I think it's pretty easy. I hope it's pretty easy. Which of the following is not known to be a medic? Is it A, Nickel from IDW? Is it B, G1 Red Alert? Is it C, Signal Flare from Energon? Or is it D, Hoist from G1? Which one is not known to be a medic? Is it Nickel, G1 Red Alert, Energon Signal Flare, or G1 Hoist? B, 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 C, B, B. It is B, G1 Red Alert. Though both animated and Armada Red Alert, both of them are known to be medics, but not the G1 lad. All right, let's do the trivia. Not the trivia, the unboxing, get out of here. So, first, courtesy of Starscream Wife, I think that this is kind of cool. She happened to be out, and she happened to find Bone Shaker. Now, I know that it's like a recolor of him, but it's literally Bone Shaker down bottom. I think that's really cool. Yeah, he's blue. His skull is gold, but he's going to look great next to my collaborative Bone Shaker. Then, courtesy of Maximal 10, and I'm interested to look at this. Courtesy of Maximal 10 will be the Deluxe Terran Thrash. I have the Warrior, and I didn't go in on the Deluxe because I did not like how this thing doesn't really become an actual sidecar. But is this better or is the Warrior better? You would think this, because the Warrior were supposed to be like the cheaper version of the Deluxes. I don't know. We'll see when time comes. And I wanted to look at this for a while. It is and I don't even know the name of the company. Hongli? 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 Hongli. I don't know if I'm saying that right. No idea. Apocalypse Battle Armor. It's this third-party kit of Prowl and Smokescreen. I've actually heard good things about this kit, so I'm really, really intrigued to take a look at it. I haven't had them out yet, but I don't know. There's something about them I like. We'll see if they're any good when the time comes. Tomorrow will be a real quick, easy one. It'll be that upgrade kit, kind of a non-branded upgrade kit for Alchemist Prime. Then next week, we'll look at both Twin Mill and Bone Shaker. And beyond that, I guess we will wait and see. But that's it. We've gone through the news. We've gone through the trivia. We've gone through the unboxing. I want to thank you all for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do very much know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the video. Have a safe and successful weekend.